Okay, Seth, are you on here? Is your voice working, Seth?
I'm on. Can you hear me okay?
Your speaker, you're breaking up a little bit.
I think so. Can you hear me okay?
You're breaking up. Can you try it again here, and I'll see if it's any clearer.
There we go.
I see you now. You're looking a little.
I see him twice. We have your twin brother is also on.
Where are you at, Seth?
Okay. You need to unmute this second one you put on.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I've been jumping on. I kept trying to get on my computer. I don't know what's going on. I think I think the Wi-Fi is not working too well. So I'm on my phone now. I apologize for that, guys. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's good to see your handsome face. And I just want to give a little introduction here. I just want to introduce to you our guest tonight, Seth Campbell, Pro 9 with LifeVantage. He's one of our top leaders. I believe he is currently on the field advisory board. His father, someone just sent me a message and asked me if Skip and Jill were related to him, and they absolutely are. Dr. Skip Campbell is his dad, and Jill, of course, his mother. But Seth has a really special place in my heart, actually. He's just been one of my favorites. He's actually in our direct upline, and he's just a terrific trainer. He started this business when he was just in his 20s. How old were you when you started, Seth?
24.
24. And how old are you now, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm 33.
33. Okay. So he started, and you know, in these years that he's been in LifeVantage, he became a real serious student of network marketing, and he has really become a network marketing professional, and is so impressive. When I'm sure all of you that have seen him on the stage at our Elite Academies, he does an amazing job and is a favorite of ours. And when he first started, and correct me if I make any errors in this, but my understanding was you were in chiropractic college, and your wife was teaching, correct?
Correct. Yep. High school. Teaching high school.
Yeah. So in a relatively short period of time, Seth began earning as much as his wife was making in a year, he was making in a month. And so she was able to quit her job and go home to raise their beautiful children. So with that, I don't want to take any more time, but Seth, we're just delighted and honored to have you on here tonight. And so I'm just going to let you go ahead and take it away.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to apologize, you guys. It is 6:11. I was wrapping up another Zoom, and then I jumped on. I texted Julie. I'm like, I'm going to be 2 minutes late, and I ended up being all close to 10 because I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work on the computer. So I apologize for being late, you guys, but I'm going to make this concise, as short as possible. And what I believe we're talking about tonight is we're going to be talking about social network marketing and the ATM method. Is that correct, Julie?
That is correct.
Awesome, awesome. Something I'm super excited about, you guys, just because I've seen the results in the industry. I've seen people now who are making tremendous strides in building their businesses, not just in LifeVantage, but around the entire industry, because it's cool how technology and things can actually make things better and easier in a way. I will say this in full disclosure, I've never been a big Facebook fan. I used to call it fake book because it's where people go to pretend like everything's great. You know what I mean? Like, how many of you have that friend that they'll call you and be like, I hate my spouse, and then the next day it's like pictures like, they're the best, and you're like, that's not what you told me yesterday. Anyway, I say that kind of jokingly, but you know what I mean? It's Facebook, you put your best face forward. But the part about it that I do like is the aspect of connecting with people that you never would have connected with before, or reconnecting with people that you would have never maybe found and reconnected with before. So what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm actually going to walk you through, and I hope my kids aren't too loud. They're back there playing in the pool in the background. So if they are, just Julie, let me know and I'll run inside. But I'm going to walk you basically through what this method really is. It's a way for people to build their businesses on social media. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean you stop talking to people and doing what we do, but it's an additional tool that for some could even become their primary method of building. And I'm going to explain how it works. A stands for ad, T stands for tag, M stands for message. Very simple. But I'm going to show you kind of the process. And for some of you, you might be rolling your eyes like, yeah, I've been doing this for 6 months. Others of you, this will be completely new. So I'm talking to you as if you've never heard about it before. And there's people maybe even on the Zoom that are probably way better at it and well-versed in it than I am. I know Stephanie is one that has been, a rock star with this. But if I were to be talking to Julie, let's say, Julie and I now, funny enough, Julie and I talk a lot on Facebook. She sends me Facebook messages, and that's kind of maybe the primary way, Julie, that you and I communicate actually is through Facebook messages, right?
Right.
So Julie and I are friends on Facebook, and so I'm somebody that Julie knows. Julie's somebody that I know, and I can have conversations with her whenever I want on Facebook. That's low pressure. I'm not calling her to take time out of her day. I'll send her a message when she sees it and can get to it. She'll send me a message back. And I'm going to give you the very brief version. I can send Julie a message anytime and talk to her, ask her how she's doing, ask her how she's liking her job, maybe ask her questions about her health. In the meantime, I'm part of 2 groups. Okay, I'm part of a group that is it's a closed, private group. One's called Biohack Your Health, and it is a group that basically enables me to show. It's got information about the product and the science and the research, the cartoon that we just put out, all that stuff. It's got every resource or piece of information somebody would need to learn about our products. Okay, part of another group that the group I'm a part of is called CEO, which stands for Creating Entrepreneurs Online. And that's everything you need to know about the business. As a matter of fact, I recorded a webinar today that I'm going to be posting on there. Those of you who are watching me right now, you're going to laugh if you ever watch the one on Facebook because it's what I did right before this. And on that, I'm talking about like, I got to go because I got another Zoom I got to jump into. So I'm talking about your Zoom, this one right here. So anyways, I'm going to post that on Facebook. But anyways, here's how it works. I'm talking to Julie, and let's say we're talking, and I just say to her, you know what? There's something that I'm actually a part of I'm part of a private group of thousands of biohackers. You might not know what that means, Julie, but biohackers are people who kind of are, it's a new movement of people who are health conscious and taking control of their own health and using scientifically backed products to bring out their genetic potential for health. Not drugs, things like that, not pharmaceuticals, but good compounds and things they can put in their body. It's just incredible stuff. And I would love to add, if you're okay with it, Julie, I would love to add you to that group and actually tag you in a video that you should watch. It's only like 4 minutes long. I'm going to tag you in it. Check out the video. You could even maybe read some of the experiences on this group that people are actually having. Really, really cool stuff. Is that okay with you? And she goes, yeah, that's totally fine with me. I'm going to add her to the Biohack Your Health group. And I'm going to tag her in the pinned post, the post on the top. And she's going to watch it. And she's got the product info. And she's got resources. She can watch other videos and everything like that, right? I could follow up with her, say in a private message on Facebook, Julie, what did you think of that video? I like it. The group is really cool. It sounds like, this stuff is awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I could say it's excellent. I believe in it so much that I'm actually part of, I'm part of an entire movement of sharing this stuff with the world. And what's great is that, this company enables me to turn it into kind of a side hustle, like driving for Uber. Rather than giving people a ride, I can share stuff with people. And you know what? If you're entrepreneurial minded at all, I'm actually part of another private group full of entrepreneurs, thousands of entrepreneurs who are not just biohackers taking control of their health, but entrepreneurs taking control of their finances and inspiring stuff. People out there just making it happen. If you're cool, I'll add you to that group too, and so that you can kind of see a little bit more about not only what this is doing for people's lives from a product standpoint, but you can actually see how people are turning this into a business. Are you cool if I add you to another group so you can check out some more videos? And if she says yeah, step 2 is I'm going to add her to the CEO page, Creating Entrepreneurs Online. I'm going to tag her in a post, a pinned post on the top, or I'm going to tag her. You can tag her in the webinar that I'm about to post on there as soon as I wrap this up. And she's going to see an opportunity presentation using the new PowerPoint that we just released at Elite Academy. So there's A-N-T. I've added her to the groups. I've tagged her in some videos. Guess what's happened now? She has received the product information and she has seen a presentation without leaving her house. Okay? What about the third-party validation? Here's what the M comes in, message. Send her a private message. Julie, all of the stuff you've seen so far, if you want to be a biohacker, that's simple. As a matter of fact, I've got a really cool app. I can send you a little link where you can actually just buy product right on your phone. Super simple, and you can put it to the test. But if you are interested at all in more information on the business, I can get you more information on the business. As a matter of fact, there are some of my partners I'm working with that are incredibly successful, have carved out massive leveraged incomes in this thing that could probably answer some questions for you. But Julie, are you interested in kind of getting some of your questions answered and looking deeper at this thing? Well, any kind of question like that, just find out, do you want more information? And if she says yes, then I set up a 3-way chat, okay, in Messenger. Now, if you need help with the technical side of how to actually do this, find somebody under the age of 30, and they won't have any idea how to pick up the phone and have a phone call, but they'll show you everything about Facebook. It's amazing. So I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Some of your our 20-year-old entrepreneurs are excellent conversationalists. That's more of a joke of society as a whole, not amazing community. Sorry, I got a phone call that cut me out there. Okay. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a chat. Let's say I set up a chat with Julie, and I add Chris Michael, who's an Elite Pro 9 and another member of the Field Advisory Board, and I add him to the chat on Facebook Messenger. And I just put both of them in there, and I say, Julie, this is Chris. Chris is one of the biggest leaders in the company, one of the top income earners, as a matter of fact. He has helped literally tens of thousands of people in this company and could probably answer just about any question that you have, or even just give you some inside tips that you're not going to really get from a whole lot of people because of the level of success this guy's had. I'm edifying Chris, right? He's going to give you some inside tips on how you can really make this thing work for yourself. Chris, this is Julie. She's part of the Biohacker group. She's watched some of the videos, and she's got some questions for you, Chris. Would you mind just answering them? And then I'm out. I remove myself from the process, and Julie is free to ask a question. Chris, how are you? And Julie and Chris are now having a question on their own time through this Facebook Messenger chat. Here's why. There's a couple of reasons why I really like this. Number one, in today's day and age, now, I'm not saying stop having meetings. I'm not saying stop doing 3-way calls. But for the most part, especially with younger people, you know this, in this day and age, picking up the phone and calling somebody and saying, hey, can you drive down to the Hilton Thursday night at 7 o'clock for a meeting? Some people will do that. And I love live meetings. You can't replace the energy of a live meeting. But you got to admit, for most people, that's a little bit like out of the ordinary. Like, why do I got to go drive somewhere? You know, I need more information if I'm going to go somewhere. I know people that if you ask them to get off of the couch, they're going to be like, why? If you're asking me to remove my butt from the couch, I need more information first. Why do I need to get up? You know what I mean? So it's just not as normal. However, tagging somebody in a video on Facebook happens every day. It's not uncomfortable. It's no sweat off their back, right? It's easy, right? They can go watch the video while they're in the bathroom, you know? Simple. Second part, the message. Calling somebody and saying, hey, can we schedule a time to get you on a 3-way phone call with my upline or my business partner or whatever? Again, it's a little out of the ordinary. It's like, why? Well, yeah, okay. It's not a normal thing that happens to people. But Facebook Messenger chats happen all the time. How many of you right now are in a multi-person chat on Facebook Messenger? All right. Sometimes I get put into these things with 100 people, and I'm like, I'm out. I did remove myself from the chat because it's just too much. But it's not abnormal to chat with somebody on Facebook. It's low pressure, right? So that's one reason why I like it. If you ask 20 people, hey, can you show up to this meeting at Thursday night at 7 o'clock? You know from experience 1 out of 20 might come. If you tag 20 people in a video, probably 15 of them are going to watch it, right? How many people do you actually get to the 3-way call, right? By the time you get to that stage, how many people are on a 3-way call? Facebook Messenger chat, you're going to probably have a higher success rate. So that's one reason why I like it. Second reason why I like it, the duplication aspect. You and I both know most of the people that get into this business, if they have to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, they're terrified. They don't know what to say. Some people even get downright awkward. Now, I'm talking to a bunch of distributors, so you guys can all relate to this. I can be a little bit more honest with you guys, right? But you know that. How many people do you have in your group where like they're just not calling people. They're just not going to do it. It's too awkward. What do I say? Or you know people that when they do get on the phone with people, it's like, hi, how would you like to earn extra money? And it's just like, who are you right now? You know what I mean? Like you left your personality at the door when you made that phone call. That was me the first 6 months, I feel like, in this business, you know, because it was new and it was different. Well, there's some people that have a hard time with that, you guys. They're ambitious. They want to win. They're willing to work. They're coachable. It's hard for them to make phone calls. And I empathize with that because I was there. They can outgrow that by making lots and lots of phone calls. They will get better. But for those people, some of those people are like, I'm just not going to do it. It's uncomfortable. I'm never going to make phone calls. You know what they can do? They can message people. They can tag people in a video, right? So the duplication aspect, most of the people you enroll will probably be comfortable enough to go ahead and do this. And so how many of you have someone in your group that's not connecting you to anybody? Think about this for a second. How many of you have distributors in your group that simply are not connecting anybody to the opportunity? Wouldn't you like for there to be a way to take just half of those inactive people in your group and give them something that they can actually just start connecting people? Because you never know who they know. They might know the next rock star, the next elite distributor. They might know the next Julie White or Kurt Heisey. Give them something that they, somebody's like, I'm not going to make phone calls, but yeah, I'll add some friends to the group. And now all of a sudden you got some movement on your team. So from a duplication, and you've also got people, by the way, that when they come into this thing, when they see it, because people think they have to do what you do, right? So that's why when you pick up the phone and have a 20-minute doctoral dissertation with them, they're not going to do it. Doesn't matter how impressive the information is. They're like, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm out. But at the same time, if you add them to a group, tag them in a video, send them a private message to get them hooked up with a leader to answer their questions, all on Facebook. A lot of people are like, so what do I need to do to build this business? Oh, that? Yeah, I can do that. That's easy. The second reason I like it, the duplication aspect. But the third and most important reason I like it is because of the speed. The old network marketing math. E equals MV. Energy equals mass times velocity. Energy is momentum. How many of you guys want momentum in your group? There's two things you need. You need it's mass, which is the amount of people that you can go through, times velocity, which is how fast you can go through them. If you and I both talk to 200 people, you do it in 90 days and I do it over the course of the next 3 years, it's the same amount of people, same output. You will kill me in momentum. You'll crush me because you create an environment of momentum doing that. Speed is important. In the time that it would take me to go do 3 one-on-one sit-downs, you could have ATM'd 30 or 40 people on Facebook. Think about that. Think about how fast you can go. And now think about, so that velocity is taken care of. And now think about the mass. Okay, how many people do you have on your physical database that you've sat down and written out that you have phone numbers for them? The average distributor I found is less than 100. Less than 100 people that they could call right now. It's crazy. How many friends do you have on Facebook? Most of the people in your group have at 1,000 plus, at least hundreds, 300 to 500 easy. Some of you have 2, 3, 4, 5,000. You guys, your database is limitless. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a distributor training page. First of all, if you've not been added to the Biohack Your Health or CEO groups, get added, request that. Julie's a part of that group. I believe Kurt's a part of that group. I'm a part of that group. Send one of us a private message. Say, add me to the group. We'll add you to the group. I'm about to go post a presentation on there right now on the CEO group that you can tag people in. We're gonna set up another page. As a matter of fact, I'm running up to corporate on Thursday to film some content in their studio there that Darren does his Facebook Lives in, where we're gonna train on this stuff. But we're gonna have there's a lot more to it. We're gonna teach people how to kind of what to post on Facebook, what not to post on Facebook, because part of it is really building relationships with people on Facebook, so that when you do send them a message, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, I loved your post the other day, right? How to kind of do a little bit of self-branding on Facebook, how to build relationships on Facebook, and then how to approach them. What's the best kind of beginning message to send somebody? How do you answer a question like this or that on Facebook? And then the process of adding, tagging, and messaging. And we're going to have another page, a third page, private. They're all private. They're closed. You have to be added to them for distributors only with all the training. And we're going to probably go live on that page once a week to just do more training. And so what's going to happen, here's the process that you can, if you want to utilize this great tool, here's the process. You can add people that you know on Facebook that you're talking to, building relationships with, add them to the private customer group where they can get information on biohacking and the products, add them to the CEO group where they can get information on how this thing works. And if they decide they want to sign up, once they become a distributor, you get to add them to the distributor group, and they're going to get trained on all this stuff. And then they can go out and you think about this for a second. If you enroll 5 people with 1,000 friends on Facebook each, you just increased your database by 5,000. Incredible stuff. So anyways, that's a little breakdown of the ATM, you guys. It's not in depth. We'll get more in depth on the training page, but Julie, I'm going to go ahead and give it back to you.
Hey, Seth, thank you so much for jumping on. I know you have a really busy schedule, and I just so appreciate you taking the time out. I'm very excited about this ATM method, and it's really starting to hit home with me. I've been using Facebook all along to some extent, but it's really starting to hit home, and I'm excited about what you said, how this can help the person who is a little reluctant at picking up the phone. And I love the duplication aspect and the speed aspect as well. So thanks so much. Thank you everyone for being on here tonight. I did record this. Are you okay with me posting this recording, Seth?
Absolutely. I'll tell you guys a quick story. Actually, no, I won't tell you that story since you're recording this. But yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and post it.